Dave Kidd, do you want to grab the mic? Kerry, have you got the mic there? There they are.
Ivan, you said you never, always believed that this moment would come. Some of those loan spells, that must have seemed a long way away. And what were they like? The kind of, I don't know, Scunthorpe, wasn't it, in Shrewsbury, and those sort of clubs. When you're on loan there in the lower leagues, you always had that belief, even in those sort of times.
Honestly, no, I didn't have that belief. But like I said, with my family behind me, they always made sure I had some sort of belief. Like you'd be going on loan when really you want to be playing for your parent club. Obviously, Newcastle in the Premier League at the time. I'm thinking, well, I've come to Newcastle, I want to be playing in the Prem. But being young and dumb, I'd say, not knowing what you're going to loan for, which is to gain experience in men's football, it's kind of like you can't sulking away. But looking back now, you realise why you was going on loan and all the benefits of going on loan. So when I've been going on loan with my parents behind me, making sure I'm at 110% training, matches, everything in the gym, it's helped me, and it's helped me into the player I am sitting here today.
Is there one specific moment or things, anything you can tell us about those loan spells that did make you sort of, I don't know, is it a case of growing up or whatever, or were there certain experiences you had?
I'd say leaving Newcastle when I went to Peterborough. That was a eye opener. That was right. I had to turn my game around and lift it back up. I'm now no longer at a Premier League side. I might see myself as a Premier League player, but I'm a League One player now, and I just got to keep fighting and keep working hard, and I certainly did that.
Next question. Sammy Mockbell, back there, just behind you, Dave.
Ivan, when you left Newcastle to go to Peterborough, was there ever an element in your mind of a motivation of, I'll prove you guys wrong, or was that never really a factor? No,
that was a factor. That did come into play. I felt like, right, you've got rid of me. I'm going to show you what I'm capable of when I get the chance, whenever it is next in a Premier League side or League One side. And I think from when I left Newcastle, went to Peterborough, I wasn't straight in the team, so I had to work much harder. I think the strikers in front of me were scoring goals, and it's just about being patient. And when your chance comes, you have to take it with two hands, and I think I did that. And I think I scored straight away when I got my opportunity, and I didn't look back from there.
Do you still harbour that now you're here and you've kind of proved your doubters wrong in many ways? Just you sitting here, do you still harbour those feelings towards anyone at Newcastle, or has that gone now? No, it's gone now. I feel like, looking back, if I was a Newcastle owner or manager, looking back at a 20-year-old Ivan Toney, would I have taken him? Probably not, from the mindset he had. So there's no hard feelings. It's football, it's part of life. You just got to get on with it, really. So they done what they had to do. They felt like I wasn't good enough. So it was up to me to pick myself up and go again.
Thanks, Sammy. Any more for any more? Yeah. Finish. Andy Dunn and then Kevin, are you? Yeah, we'll finish you.
You mentioned before about being the first Brentford player for a long time to be picked for England. Does that make it more special? And you mentioned that your manager told you. Did you ever think, that it's more difficult playing for a team like Brentford? Historically, big teams get more representation in the England team. That's fact. So does that make it special for you to be at Brentford and achieve it while you're there and not at one of the so-called sort of elite clubs?
Yeah, it makes it much more special. I think, like we know, there was nobody being called up from Brentford for like 70 plus years. So I think if you're good enough, if you're doing your job as a striker, scoring goals, assisting, playing well, then why shouldn't you be called up, regardless who you play for? And I think I've proved that. So it's a big achievement for myself, and everybody's proud of me at the club. You can see it genuinely in all their faces when I went into training the next day. Everybody's really proud for me, and it's a big achievement for everybody at Brentford, not just myself, everybody involved.
And we'll finish with Kevin Garside.
Ivan, a difficult game on Sunday against Arsenal. It's like a step up in class. And you look around the Premier League and you see players like Gabriel sticking them in and Haaland scoring 10. And you look at these players and think they've got something you haven't. Or do you feel that if you were in their teams, you'd be scoring as many as them?
It's easy to say. If I was in their team, I'd score goals. But I feel like when you play teams like them, they dominate possession a lot more. So I think in theory you're more likely to score goals and a lot more opportunities coming your way. But listen, you still have to put it in the back of the net. So till I'm there, who knows? We'll have to see until then. I'm not too sure. So they do have quality players assisting them. So hopefully one day I'll be in their shoes and have that opportunity to be scoring goals like Haaland and Jesus.
Well, maybe this is it.
Who knows?
Okay, just finish one more at the back, Mike McGrath.
Just on from the Arsenal game is when you had such a great game against them last season, and then I think one of their players kind of used your tweet as a motivation. Is that kind of part of the? Is that all part of the Premier League and what goes on in social media?
I think once was funny, second time was a bit cringy, but nah, listen, I bit my tongue. I wanted to reply, I wanted to nibble, but fair play to them. They played very well. They're a different Arsenal side from what we played before, and they're going very well. So fair play to them. They're going well.
Cheers, guys. Wrap up there. Thanks for your time.
Nice. Cheers, guys. Thanks.